We're lounging with Levine, presented by Steinhoffels. My good man, Bruce Levine, has stopped by to grace us with his knowledge. And I talked about us headed down to the Arm Barn, taking a look at the bullpen. And as things inch closer to that August 3rd, that's when the MLB trade deadline's going down. And yesterday we saw 7 pitchers after Jameson Taillon. Not exactly what you want to see. So the bullpen, you have some news on a very important piece, right?
Well, we do. I mean, we hope that Daniel Palencia will be back at some point. We talked to Craig Counsell about that. Here's what he had to say.
I mean, I think Daniel's got a lot of runway to come back. I fully expect Daniel to be back pitching for us this year. Look, I think he's going to miss a length of time where we're going to have to get him acclimated again. But I think he has plenty of time to get to the best version of himself this year, and I expect him to. I mean, he missed some time at the end of the season last year, and I thought we got a great version of Daniel. So,
Cole and Elise, what version do you expect that to be? Elise, is it the version that we saw coming out of WBC in spring training where he's blowing at 100 miles an hour in the closer, or is he some other form of himself?
I mean, that's always the question, right? Who is the guy going to be when they come back from the injury? I think Craig Counsell was kind of implying that it was a good version last year, so there's a little bit of trust there that it could be one of the better versions of Palencia. I think that's kind of where I still have questions, just because, I mean, you don't know. Nothing is a sure thing in these situations, and that's kind of, now what you're dealing with, and I think I feel a little bit more questions because his return date has already gotten pushed back a little bit. He's not really recovering like they were hoping, and so good to hear that Counsell feels confident he will be back. That's, I think, why I have more of a question about the version you could get. Not that it can't be good. I just am more in the boat of, I don't know. We'll see.
Well, I think we know about as much as you do right now.
You don't know either. Great.
We don't know because, first of all, he's missed 5 weeks with this elbow flare-up, right? That's 5 weeks. They don't expect him back for probably until the middle of August. That'll mean 2 months that he's out. So that version that we're talking about, that he's talking about, is an out-getter. But if you remember when he came back from his injury last year, he was not the closer any longer, okay?
Right.
He did very well at the end of the year and into the playoffs, but he was 6th, 7th inning, right? So is it a combination of the injury and then also can he handle the pressure of the 9th inning? Those are things that have to be answered.
Yeah,
one of the
especially
things,
you don't know what you're going to get with a guy who is predicated on max effort and velocity. When you're looking at him to go out there and throw the kitchen sink at the opposition, there's always those recesses of the back right there that are saying this thing could blow out again.
and to that point, I think the silver line that we've been trying to find, like if there's any optimism here with all the injuries, it's that, are they saving bullets? Because you guys haven't pitched a ton so far this year. That was kind of the conversation around Matthew Boyd, right? Can he be a little bit fresher down the stretch because he didn't pitch the full season? Can that be the conversation around Daniel Palencia when he throws as hard as he does? Could this be someone who, when you need him most, his arm is a little fresher than if he were healthy the whole year?
That's very interesting that you bring that up because you like to think that you can just save a guy to a point, but at a certain point, if a guy hasn't pitched in 2 months,
well, right, how fresh is he? Is he rusty?
No, fresh, rusty, and confidence. Okay,
good point.
Fresh, rusty, and then does he feel like the dominant Daniel Palencia? So this all brings the question of, at the end, does Hoyer, who has only a short period of time, have to go out there and get a big arm and assume Daniel Palencia will fit in wherever he fits in? And he might not.
Okay, well, let's take a look at
And he
some
might
of
not
these
get the
dudes.
big arm at the end
Mason
of the day.
Miller, I mean, that's the biggest arm in all of Major League Baseball at the back end of anyone's rotation. 25 and 25 on save chances.
Caleb Kilian.
Well, nice to
Old
see you.
friend,
Nice to
yeah.
know you, old friend. Yeah, San Francisco, they
That's
got their
me,
paws on
Elise.
this dude.
That's
and
me.
Well,
he
I
has
didn't
been
expect him to see on the
unreal.
list. I'm looking at the list for the first time.
Yep, 25 saves.
It's not
for Mason
mean, I
Miller.
just was surprised.
And the ERA, a .89. And the one thing that's mind-boggling, 75 punch-outs in 40 2/3, Bruce. Is it realistic that maybe Mason Miller is in a Chicago Cubs uniform
It
by
is.
August
It's
3rd?
going to hurt bad. It's going to hurt bad. You know, you're going to give up some of the
You
biggest.
have to go all in on that, right?
Biggest talent that you have in the because he's under contract for 3 more years.
That's true.
So is he going to hold up at 101, 102, 3 more years? How much inventory is that worth? Devin Williams of the Mets, no longer needed. However, $40 million left on that contract.
Eesh.
Okay, $34 million after this year, something like $5 million left, $6 million left right now. So with that, I mean, are they really going to go that direction? You know, Hoyer and the Cubs, you know, they love to develop bullpen guys. They don't love paying guys onto years where they're not sure they're going to be around to help.
Yeah, would it be more realistic to go to Colorado and say, look at a dude like Antonio Senzatela, his ERA just a shade under 5 at Coors Field. His numbers, they suggest that if he goes out there and he has a winning team behind him, a team that can play defense, then he could have some solid numbers.
We're in the era where us and media fans, we have to talk ourselves into guys. Because like Freddie Peralta's got an ERA of 5 right now. People are starting to say, well, he's playing on a bad team. They play poor behind.
Yeah, I literally said that the other week on the show. It was my case for trading for him with Luke Weaver.
They do play poorly behind him. But you still have to get people out, right?
Right.
The 5 ERA.
Change of scenery, Bruce.
Counsell 5
connection.
ERA is real. That's runs that he's given up, okay?
Yes.
So.
Well, Senzatela right now sitting at a 3.60, and the change of scenery, that would, I'm sure, be welcome for him because, like we said, the ERA there, well, it's sitting at 4.
Danny P, come on back.
Okay,
Is that the moral of the
exactly.
story here?
However, there still could be
Your
some
old
moves
self.
to be made.